Hi y'all, this is Pam at Pink Dragonfly Wing here with another video, and I saw a really cool video on YouTube. It was done by Roxy's Creations, and she gives a monthly or a weekly, I think it's a weekly challenge for she does a video, she makes a project, and then there's a challenge for you to recreate that video or that project yourself. And so I did, and this is the one that I made, and I think she calls it a trifold folder, and it's just a sheet of paper folded over, and you decorate it. Now this one has a little pocket. I put a little pocket on it with some little writing spaces. This is a writing space as well that just folds down and put something up here, and then the front. And so and then I close it with a paperclip dangle. Okay, I make these and sell these in my online store. If you're interested, you want to take a look at them. They're really cute and really handy. I did not decorate the back or do anything to the back because I don't know how I'm going to use it at this point, and I wanted to leave it for either a tuck-in or a glue down. So that option is there. You don't want to decorate the back and then somebody needs to glue it down to a page. So I left that. Whoever purchases this, if they want to decorate the back, they certainly can, or if they want to glue it down, they can. Draw lines on the back of it, put lined paper, put an index card, whatever you want to do to make it your own. So today we are going to, or I should say tonight, it's dark here, make one. And I made it here several months back. I bought some of this handmade paper, and it was done in a journal and has a little string up here, and you can fold it up and write on handmade paper. I didn't want that to be my journal, so I just bought the paper, pulled the strings out, and I use it in my books. So I have a red piece, a blue piece. This is, I think, what they call vintage, and this one kind of has sort of a purpley, could be mauvey, pinky, purpley color. So I think I pulled some papers, and I think that what we're going to do today is to try to get two of these made. And I'm going to do the blue one and the purple one, and then we'll save these. I'll make those, but I'll make those later. So what we're going to do to start off with, let me move some of this stuff over, is we're going to take our sheet of paper. I'm not real sure what size this was. It's approximately 11, maybe 11 and a half by 7 and a half. Same for this one. So we're going to fold it about that way, about 2/3 of the way. And crease it down, and then we're going to fold this over so we have a little flap here. Now don't worry about the holes, we're going to cover those up somehow. You could just put your paper here, put a ribbon through it, and have that be your fold out, but we're doing it a little different this time. So we're going to do this one, and then we'll do this one about the same. And this handmade paper's kind of not even. I mean, it's not made like just a plain sheet of paper, so it's got some curvatures and things to it, which I think adds to the uniqueness of the paper, and I like it that way. So if you don't, you might want to use paper that you cut or something that's already cut for you, but I don't mind it being a little like this it's going in a junk journal, you know. So I found this paper. I've had this paper like forever and didn't really quite know what to do with some of this, but I saw this lady on the front and I thought, what a beautiful front for our little pamphlet here. So we'll have to cut her dress off a little bit, but that'll be okay. We won't have to worry about that too much. So what we're going to do is, I think we're going to tear it and just tear it out. I always have a hard time with this, but I'm just going to tear it right out, even with the, she has a little hat in her hand, so we're going to do that, pull that out as well. And let's just pull that in half so it'll make it just a little easier to tear out, because I want it to show her shapely body. So those are just some of the other papers that I pulled I thought we might could use. Now then, we have this straight edge here. We could just put this straight edge right along the edge here. That's going to fit. Tear this off at the bottom, and I think that would look really pretty. We could put a little piece of lace down the edge of this to cover that up. That would be pretty. So let's see, about yay much. And we'll save that little piece. We might need it for something. That's going to be perfect right there. All right. Use our vintage photo ink. And I want it to be pretty. I ink pretty heavy. I love the really dark edges. I know a lot of people don't. And if you don't, that's fine. You don't have to do it this way. But I really like the vintage feeling that it gives when it's all brown and kind of grungy and dirty, and you know. Okay, so we'll put this right on here. And here's my art glitter glue. Let's use that. Now, I did mine a little differently than Roxy did, but I don't know if that's her name, or I just kind of stumbled across this, and I've seen some things before, but I've never done one of her challenges, so I hope I don't embarrass her and make her feel bad, because I'm not doing a very good job, but I'm going to do the very best that I can do. Glue that little nubbin down there. Okay. Now then, let's see if I have some pretty lace over here. I know I have bukus of lace. It's just a matter of whether or not we find the right one for this thing. What about this right here? That's actually well, it doesn't have to fit all the way on the edge. That would cover up too much of her dress, but we could put it down about halfway and have it hang over. I think that would look really nice. So let's look at putting a little bit of lace right down there. For our lace, we'll use our Fabrifix. It works really good for gluing paper to paper, paper to fabric, fabric to fabric. and it works really, really well with the fabric. And so I try, it's kind of expensive. It's kind of expensive, so I try to just mainly use it when I'm using fabric, and use my art glitter glue when I'm using paper. Have to concentrate to get that in a straight line, I tell you. Alrighty. It's a good thing I didn't hurt myself with that. Okay, so we'll just cut that off right there at the edge. And cut it off here at the top. Now we could put a little brown on this, kind of dirty it, the lace up a little bit as well. We could use our blue dauber, blue ink. Let's see where that might be. Put just a little hint of blue on, just to kind of help pull in the blue from her dress. Okay, so she's going to fold over like that, and that'll work perfectly. Let's do the inside. Now, I like to use some pieces of paper. That would work. I don't know. Let's see if we have a sheet of old book page. Let's try one of these, since I don't have to have I just want words. This is just from, I got these free at my thrift store. I guess they didn't get the whole set, or maybe they'd sold the whole set or whatever. I don't really know, but they only had 3 or 4, maybe 5 volumes, and some kind of literary encyclopedia, something or another, and it has little synopsises of famous stories in there, and each one's like 2-3 pages, but the paper is awesome. I love this paper. And okay, now that's still going to be a little bit wide, but that's okay. We'll tear off a little bit more. A little bit more on this side, so that at least it has an attempt to look even. Okay. All right, let's kind of see what we're going to do there. Now, this is a neat little picture here. This is from our paper that we used on the front with the lady, but here's a little hat box and a hat. And I think, wow, that would look really cool, and it kind of pulls the whole thing together. You know, you have your little hat boxes and your hat there. Kind of a funny looking little hat, but I guess they used funny looking little hats back in the day. Pull this off so it makes it a little bit easier to work with. Now remember, if you're tearing paper and you want this raw edge on here, pull the top piece, what's in your right hand, toward you. If you want this edge to be smooth, then you're going to pull it away from you. So keep that in mind. That might make a really cute little pocket, except it's a little bit too wide. And I guess we could just cut off a little bit here and tear off the edge of our hat. That works a lot better. Okay. Very pretty. And then if we want it to be like everything else, we can put this down here. Tear this little piece off down here so it looks kind of the same. Okay. Now then, what if we put it on that? Put our paper over here. And had a little pocket on that side with a really pretty butterfly right there. That might work really nicely. I kind of like that actually. Alright, so let's get our ink. Let's go ahead and ink up our page. Ink it up all the way around. Hope everyone had a nice holiday. We're in the full swing of 2022 now, so I'm hoping things will go great. Maybe we can get COVID under control and things can kind of go back to normal a little bit. See how things go. Okay, put this down right here. Try to get it straight. Straightness is not one of my strong points. No matter how hard I try, it seems like it always comes out crooked. Okay, get this inked up here on the side. Put this a little more towards. Now you don't want to get it right up next to the crease here because it'll fold over on itself and make it too thick and it won't work. So we have to be careful to make sure that we do want it to stick down, but we don't want it to interfere. So let's put this right here. And we'll have a little pocket here. Now, I think that maybe we can find a little piece of lace here, maybe something just to kind of go right here on the edge. I kind of like that. That looks pretty. Okay, so we can cut this off a little bit. Cut it off right here. Put that in our nubbin pile. See how this works. There we go. Okay. So that's pretty white. And so we're going to kind of touch it up just a little bit with our brown ink so that it doesn't look quite so bright and white and new. And then we'll put just a little piece, a little bit of glue right here, a little bit of glue right here, a little bit of glue right here. Hope I'm still on camera. A little bit here. This isn't going to be used or moved in any way, so we don't have to worry about it too much. And I like these little nubbins on the side, so I want to put those towards the center so we can actually see those. I think that's really cool. All right, There we go. Now then, let's get our butterfly book and see if we can find us a really pretty butterfly. Ooh, these are pretty. What you think about that? That's nice. I like that. And then, what kind of let's do this one. It says, not those scissors. Let's use these. And there's one here that says Butterfly Love. And now I bought these papers, some of these papers. Well, I buy papers from lots of people on Etsy. And if you're interested in any of these, let me know, and I will be more than happy to share with you where I found all of these papers and share with you the wonderful, wonderful people that I follow on YouTube, and you can get some of these beautiful papers of your own. Let's pull that down a bit. I don't really want it to hang off. Okay. Put this right here. Kind of like it right there. Okay. Now then, we can make a little tag to put in here in a minute. We have this front side finished, and we have this side finished. Alrighty, let's see what else we have here. Don't really know what those words are. They're written. That's a little big. That's pretty, but that's a little big. That's pretty. Let's see if we might have a different kind of printed paper. Let's see what we have in this stack. I forgot that I got all this out. So there's some blue and purple and blue. That purple flower might look really pretty right there to go on the back. So let's kind of tear this right here. I want it to be torn towards me, so tear it out. Kind of a little bit of that iris in there. It'll look really pretty. Okay, that's going to be a little bit wide. Tear this off down here at the bottom. look great. And we may have to tear off a little bit of this little nubbin right here. It'll look like it's coming in the side, but I like that better than tearing off the iris over here. So what do we think about that? Okay, let's get our vintage photo. Kinda, no, I think that'll be pretty like that. So let's do that. I think I need to poke my little pin in there and unplug my glue again. Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay. Now then, what about another piece of lace? What about that? That would be pretty. Okay. I love lace. It makes, there's nothing to me more vintagey than lace. Lace and doilies. Love doilies. Yeah. Put that right there at the bottom. Let our glue come to the top. I think I probably sent that a little too far. Okay, and I wonder where my little napkin went, and I probably threw it in the trash. So let's wipe this off just a little bit. Put that there. Very pretty, very feminine looking. Okay, so we have the 3 sides of this done. We need to do something here, and maybe a little piece of this right here. We want to cover up those holes and not, and see that could kind of almost go there. So let's see how this will work. Okay, there we go. That'll work. We can trim it off about right here. Okay. Let's put some ink on it. If I can hang on to the little inky thing, the little dauber thing. Put a little bit of there. Okay. Now we need piece to go under here as our tag. It can't be very wide. Let's see, about this could be our lined side. I have a thing for lined paper. I know lots of people don't, but there's just something about lined paper and journals for me, and I don't get it either, but that's how I roll. So we're gonna make us a little tag out of some lined paper and see if maybe that will fit in there perfectly. Okay, so we can put that right there, and we can put this on the back of it. So let's kind of lock that part right there. So let's glue this down. And I think I need to clean my little nibbin, my little metal point, my little metal tip. I'm really bad about leaving the pin out of it, and then I can't get the glue to come out. Can't understand why. I don't know. Okay, so we'll put this right here. And we'll tear this as nicely as we can to match the other. Probably would have been a lot better if I had torn these at the same time. But, you know, that would have been way too easy. And I would be done without a problem, and we can't have that. So alrighty, that doesn't look too bad. It's not very square, but it's good. Now, when we get ready to put this in here, it's just going to depend on what look you like better. Whether you want it to be the flowers on the front or the writing part on the front. And I don't guess it really matters. Make sure those are inked really well. And we certainly want it to look kind of grungified, so we'll put a few marks on it. Now, we can either put this in like this and hold that down, and that's going to cover our butterfly, or we can turn it around this way. And because this is different, I kind of like it like this. Okay, so we'll do that one. We could put a bird up there or something, but I actually like this, so that'll work. And then we need something here. And like I said, I love lace, so what do you think about maybe this lace right down the front? Isn't that pretty? And we can position it so that the lines are not seen. And that'll work. Let's see. Let's get our little fabric scissors here and cut it right here at this little flower. looks really pretty. Very pretty. So let's get our glue here. Make sure, yeah. Which way's the right way? And I know somebody I heard one time, may have been on YouTube, I don't remember really, that lace has a front and a back. And I don't remember how they said you can tell the difference. But the back of this lace is sort of a matty color, sort of dull. And the front, the threads that were used to sew to make the lace is kind of shiny. And so I guess you could really kind of use the lace whichever way you want it to look. But I like the shiny side. And the shiny side seems to cover my holes just a little bit better. So we're going to use the shiny side. Now, if you wanted to, it would add a little bit of bulk to your book or your little project here. But you could put some little pearls or some kind of little decoration on that. But I kind of like that the way it is. And we have our little trifold envelope like thing. So we've done one. I think, just for time's sake, and I'm always real bad about making really long videos, so I think that we'll just make the one, and then I'll make another one and put it in the store. Now we could use one of these little nubbins. I just don't know really whether to use the blue one or a purple one, because I really picked up the wrong piece of paper. I should have used the blue paper instead of the purple, but we could use that, and that would work and look just fine, because it's kind of a mixture of blue and purple. So I hope you like that. I will try to remember to link Roxy's creations down below, and you can go and see how she did it and see how hers is different than mine. They are very different. One's not better than the other, but whichever way you like it. So hopefully that'll work. I hope you had fun, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.